to know that how does this help me? How does it help me? If I am attaining, I want to achieve on my impromptu speaking, then I have to look out for the table topics sessions and participate as a table topics speaker. The other one is to follow the track. We all know the DTM track, which we need to follow early. To be able to earn the DTM, you need to have completed 2 paths. You need to complete 2 paths. You need to have taken on leadership roles at the club level, at the district level. You need to have either become as either club sponsor or mentor or club coach. He needed to either have participated in either a speechcraft or youth leadership program and participated in a DTM project. So all that you track and you're able to attain your goal. So to be able to strategically achieve your role, understand what is your goal. Is it DTM? Is it the profession? Well, I want to hear from you, from the chat. How would you be able to strategically say, I'm going to take on this role? I can hear from some few people. I can hear from Evans. I can hear from anybody how you can take on a role strategically. You can share. We are here to share. Anybody? Anybody ready to share?
Yes, I could share.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much for that question. I am on that path of DTM. I have completed one pathway. I'm on my second one. And strategically, I'm looking for clubs that have speaker roles. And because we have additional roles that are required, I am also looking for clubs that can accommodate me in that. In the last 2 weeks and a half, I have finished my level 2 and my level 3. And with one more speaking position, I will have completed my level 4. I intend to finish up to my level 5 before I get to the end of May. I believe I'm being very strategic. I have requested for my DTM project to be sent to me, which you do after level 3 of your second path. I am sponsoring a club and I'm also coaching a club. And beyond just wanting DTM, it is the heart to serve. And many people say that DTM finds them as they are serving. It has helped me grow and it has helped me work and support others along the way. I encourage that we have a goal as we start off and we keep our eye on that goal. Thank you very much, Kenneth, and back to you.
Thank you, Rose. You can see Rose is strategic. Is trying to say, how do I get to the DTM? I have this number of days or month or period time frame. I have this number of days or month that I need to achieve my goals. So it all comes to, what is your goal? Teresa, how do you strategically take on roles?
I believe I would identify areas of improvement and take on roles that help me to strengthen my abilities in those areas.
You identify the areas of weakness. Good. I would love to hear from people who have not said any word. How do they determine or take on roles strategically? Yes. Is there a hand?
Hi,
Is there a
hello,
hand?
Mr. Kenneth.
Yes, please.
So I'm Joseph from the Hill Toastmaster.
Mm.
So how I will strategically take a role, I believe, is taking that leap of faith. We are never ready. We always try our best to prepare, and we also always have that feeling in our heart that we aren't yet ready to take over that role. So how I will strategically plan is taking that leap of faith and telling my mentor that I would love to do a specific role in the next meeting. So taking a leap of faith.
Mm. Okay, so we all know that each of these pathway that we have, there are meeting roles that we are supposed to do. No time, let me get here. See. And at the end of your completion of the path, there are tasks that you are supposed to achieve. I'm trying to get it here. Just shortly. Just shortly. Hannah, as I'm getting it, I can hear from Hannah. Hannah, are you on the call? Or Derek, how did you to take roles for you to be able to attain your DTM, Derek? Kindly share with us your experience as I'm getting what I wanted to share. Derek? Derek on the call? We are here to share, get feedback. I want to get something. Anybody can share, please?
Kenneth, can I ask a question other than
Yes, please.
sharing?
Yes,
Okay,
ask a question, yes.
thank you very much. My name is Cheryl Oso from the Blue Eagles Toastmasters Club, and I am specifically here to learn how the others managed to navigate this, given that we live in quite a fast world and everybody is really busy. I was impressed that my VPE and managed to finish three levels. No, sorry, two pathways. It it sounds almost unbelievable, and I just wanted to learn, how do they take up these roles strategically? How do they plan within their daily activities, work, family, and coming back to achieve all these? I'm quite interested in learning that.
Hey, we have had the question. How do we plan our schedules? Imani from Blue Eagles. Yes, please.
Thank you, Kenneth. And my name is Imani. I'm actually Cheryl's VPE from Blue Eagles. I think I'll share what I did. I went through base camp and looked at all levels, just clicked on all levels. And I have a notebook specific for Toastmasters. And so I wrote down the different projects that I need. And I gave myself timelines and said, so if I need to do these 3 projects, of course, I need time in between, but I can pace myself. I remember a month that I did 3 speeches, and then I said, I'll take a break, and there are other roles that you need to take. So that was one thing, writing it down. Therefore, you are able to see what you need to do. The second thing I did is also, I am a member of the East Africa Toastmasters Club. So you get to see the other clubs and their meeting days. And indeed, sometimes the meeting days of your club may not work for you. For example, our club meeting is Thursday, and probably that day may not work for me, but I can find Zumaridi that has another day. I can find a club in Uganda. I remember taking a role there. I can find another club that has a day that's convenient for me. And because I know which roles I need to take, then I will reach out to the club and say, may I take the evaluator role? May I take the TMOD role, or whichever role that will contribute to my to me finishing that level. So that's what I did. I wrote down, and I had a visual of what I need to do to be able to complete it. And that's how I got my triple crown. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. A round of applause. Yeah, it is, you are right. This reminds me on one of our member in the club, a member who was a single mother, but her main goal wanted to say that she works on her communication skills. So this lady had little time to really attend Toastmasters. But with the effort of the mentor would put pressure on her, encourage her, please continue, work on your projects, give him enough time, vis-a-vis the schedules that you have for the family and the work. The mentor was there all the time. So mentor is also one of the key things that can guide you, can support you, can push you to be able to get to whatever you are up to, or to achieve the goals that you are interested in. Then you have talked about meeting days. Sometimes you are right. The meeting days of your club may be not favoring you, and you need to stretch yourself to visit other clubs and then ask for speaking slots or meeting growth opportunities. And that way you are able to balance out and achieve your goals. You talked about also the convenience. Yes, is it convenient for you to be able to get to what you had planned to achieve in Toastmasters? Just like Sharon said that he's a member of Golobi, and here is in Sweden, but trying to say, how do I get there? He's not waiting for Golobi when Golobi is going to meet, but he is trying to forge a way to learn, to grow, and get there amidst whichever locality she is. So it is about planning. It is about planning, and then also being able to know, what do I want to achieve at the end of the day? Because all of us, we are in a system, or in a cycle that has a lot of things which are forcing our day-to-day running of the activities. It could be workplace, it could be family, it could be academic, career-wise, and all this influence your journey in Toastmasters. And the curve may be stiff, or it can drop. You started with energy and then it drops. But that way, you have to communicate with your mentor, you have to communicate with the club vice president education, and they will be able to support you, to encourage you, to challenge you. Okay, Bridget, you are unable to participate in this, but there is an opportunity. I can identify an opportunity for you in another club in your convenient time. Which convenient time you are able to avail to your mentor or your VPE. Any question? Any question? Evan, please alert me on the time, because I need to know whether I still have time or amount of time. Evan, do I still have time?
Yes, you do.
Come again?
Yes, you
I
do.
do. Thank you. Okay, how do we grow our
Kenneth, I have a
communication?
question.
Yes, please.
Kenneth, if you would kindly briefly explain the mentorship aspect of Toastmasters. Thank you.
The mentorship. In Toastmasters, we are encouraged to take on mentorship, and it is through mentorship that we are able to support one another. And every member, after completing level 2, because level 2, that's where you find, let's check level 2, Introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. It is here. Introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. You undergo through that project, and then you appreciate your mentor when you join the club. What lessons did you learn? You share your reflection. From that, then you challenge yourself by being availed by the VPE in your club to mentor someone. Could be a new member who has joined. Then that way you follow the procedures of a mentor. As a mentor, and then the mentee or protégé. The relationship you and the mentor should be a journey. It can be a journey of 6 months or a year, depending on your agreement, you and the protégé or the mentee. But at the start of the journey, you are able to learn and grow as a mentee, because at one point you're also going to mentor. So about mentorship, we all support one another by guiding and getting hold on one person to be able to reach their Toastmasters journey. And at every level, you can have more than one mentor. Yes, I can be given a mentor in my club, and then I feel there's a mentor in another club that I feel I would match with. So it is upon you to go and fetch out, ask out that person if he's able to support you and mentor you towards your Toastmasters journey. Alongside the mentor in the club, because you cannot do away with the mentor that has been availed to you by your VPE in the club. And if you are the VPE of the club, you match the member with the right mentee that will be able to support that person. And that's why in a club, VPE is supposed to avail new members with a new member survey, where they avail details about themselves. And that way you are able to understand this member, and you are able to pair this member with a right mentee. Have I answered your question?
Yes, thank you very much, Kenneth.
Yeah. Any other question if I proceed? Any question? Evans? Is there anything in the chat? Any question, members? Silence here means no question. Teresa, you have a question? I see as if
No,
you have
well, I don't. I was just thinking probably they've already sent or will receive information on how to access the Basecamp platform.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay then. So we have, how do we the tips for communication and leadership growth, the tips for communication and leadership growth. All of us, we are here to grow. We are here to grow. And either for you to be able to grow, you have to take on a leadership journey. There are members who join Toastmasters and they are only interested in come listen to others, come speak, but you will not grow. You will not get out of your comfort zone. For you to be able to challenge yourself, you have to stretch by taking on leadership roles, either at the club level, at the area level, division, district, and beyond. That way, it will unfold the different competences and then connect you with members that will open doors for you to grow, to see yourself fly, move from where you are and get to another level. So leadership and communication work together in hand. So you cannot say, I'm only going to concentrate on communication and come speak within my club, take on either speaking slots and then go back and sit. You will not grow. For you to grow, you need to take on the leadership roles and get there. Before you speak, you need clarity. Ask yourself, what is that one thing that they must remember about me? What is that one thing? You need that to be clear before you do anything. What will they remember about me? And all of us will start this with the icebreaker at the time when we join our clubs as new members. You must leave that mark. Okay, this person, when he joined the Toastmaster, this is what he talked about. This is this person. You leave a legacy. You leave something to remember. In my home club and Novoa, people call me Kajjora. Not only Kajjora is my name, but then there's a vocabulary word we use, the Kajjora, Kajolera, the Kajjora. And they would connect this with my name because I'm good at cajoling members. You get them do something. You get them achieve their tasks. You get them achieve their goals. What is that one thing that really connects you with members to always remember you? The other one, you could be with a challenge with the arms, the filler words, the filler words, the pause fillers, you are having that challenge. We are encouraging Toastmasters to pause. Pause. You could either have counts of 2 beats every after a sentence. If that could be a challenge for you to be able to win the filler sounds and the words. Let me hear from you. There are people with experience here. How can they grow in their communication and the leadership skills? Derek, over to you.
Thank you very much, Kenneth, and thank you for stepping in for the training. Good evening, everybody. Explaining about pathways, you're really amazing to listen to. Apologies, you called me earlier and I was not able to respond, but now I can. And allow me to share on my pathways journey towards the title of Distinguished. For those who do not know me or are seeing me for the first time, my name is Derek Mandela. I'm a distinguished Toastmaster and I've been in Toastmasters for 7 years. And my journey begins in 2019 when I joined Toastmasters. And the path to Toastmasters distinction actually took me 5 years. But the breakthrough happened for me in year 3 when I deliberately decided to actually lay out the roadmap to becoming a distinguished Toastmaster. Now, more often than not, when we begin our Toastmasters journey, we are just completing tasks or projects for the sake of completion. I like to step back and challenge most of us who are on this call and to give you a strategy on how to do it better if you're not already doing it. You need to lay out and decide for yourself what you want to achieve at Toastmasters journey. For most of us, our Toastmasters journey will be 1 year. For some of us, it will be 5 years. For others, it will be a lifetime. So if yours is to stay in Toastmasters for 5 years, draw that roadmap. In 5 years, do I do 5 speeches? Do I do 5 pathways? The sky is the limit. If I'm in Toastmasters for 1 year, do I complete only 1 level or do I complete all the 5 levels in one path? Once you do that, and Kenneth was sharing his screen, if you can go back to that screen, instead of having to go to the pathways portal every time, what I try to tell people to do is go to the portal once and download all the materials. So for level 1, you have 5 different projects that you're supposed to do. Download all the speech resources. You have a speech resource, the speech checklist, all those things, organize them in a folder so that when your speech approaches, you have all the material that you need to deliver the speech. Now, this will remove the hindrance of you having to log back to the portal to get the materials. You get what I did there? And once you do this for all the 5 levels. So everything will be in your hands and you'll be ready to execute it, right? This will help you that when you're doing your icebreaker speech, your project is there. When you're doing your first level of giving a speech on any topic, you have your resource there. Because all these resources reside online, but I feel that for most of us Toastmasters, the barrier is having to log back into that portal. So that's the first trick. The second trick that I used was I developed an Excel sheet that had a speech title, the speech part, the speech level, the date that I was going to give the speech, the club that I was going to give the speech at, and the time that I was going to give the speech at. And it was a very huge Excel sheet. That tied me to that schedule and made sure that I actually delivered the speech. But for some of us, we deliver the speeches when we feel like. Sometimes it gets to 2 days to the speech and you pull out a small excuse of like, oh, I got off work late and you drop out because the intention was not there. Once you put yourself in a position where it's a have to, it's a must to, it will be difficult for you to log off. So have a structured approach to your Toastmasters journey. Don't do it just for the sake of completing tasks. And all these things, such that you have here someone is a distinguished Toastmaster, triple crown, this will not be the results of this thing. Rather, it will be a byproduct of this structured approach to your Toastmasters journey. So it all boils down to structure. Toastmasters is not about reinventing the wheel. The wheel is already in existence. It's just taking the wheel and doing your part, which is rolling the wheel forward. So that is my challenge to all of us who are joining me tonight. Kenneth has shared amazing nuggets of our Toastmasters journey. It's now upon us to take and implement. So in summary, and just to give a quick recap, have a structured approach. Sit down with yourself and determining how long are you in Toastmasters? What do you want to do within this period that you're in Toastmasters? Is it leadership? And if it's distinguished Toastmaster, you know what you are required to do. 2 parts, you need to serve in leadership at the club, at the district. You need to be a club coach. When are you going to do all these things? And it is as simple as taking one whole full afternoon off and dedicating it to Toastmasters and developing your Toastmasters roadmap that is personal to you as Teresa, as Sharon, as Kenneth, as Rose. Back to you, Kenneth.
Thank you so much. Before you go, Derek, do you realize that there are people who, for example, who recently renewed our membership, and the whole of the 6 months, someone has not given a speech, someone has not taken on a role, someone has not supported in anywhere in a club, in a Toastmaster club,
Yes.
and this person has paid membership.
Indeed, Kenneth.
What do you advise?
And to add insult to injury is that Toastmaster is actually increasing the pathway cost. It used to cost $20 to pay for one pathway. Now, when you join Toastmaster, the first pathway is free, but once you want to add another pathway, you'll have to pay an additional, used to be $20, now has moved to $35. That's an additional cost. So on top of this cost and on top of your membership, it boils down to what is the structure that you want to have in Toastmasters. Okay, I'll go back to my point. What value do you want to derive in Toastmasters? The value has to be self-driven. We say Toastmasters is a self-paced program. That's the word we use. Self-paced program. There is no day area director roles will come and nudge you to complete a part. It will be upon your own volition to do a part. Now, I'm glad my mentee is in the room, and I have also others who I mentor. I push them and I challenge them. And when I see results, it also encourages me as a mentor to give them nuggets on where to go next. So what I would like to tell anyone who has paid, and they need to feel the pinch of that money. And the pinch might not necessarily be financial, but they should look at it from the skillful aspect. What skills have you gained after 1 year in Toastmasters? Ask yourself that. Can you express yourself without filler words? Have you improved on your leadership skills? And so forth and so forth. And to tie it back and to give it a close, I'll challenge you. Remember the Excel sheet that I had mentioned earlier. Have something even stuck on front of your fridge or your television or somewhere, a physical manifestation and a reminder of what you need to do in Toastmasters in the next month, in the next 2 months, the next 1 year. That will serve as your roadmap. And it will actually help you to be more intentional in your next projects that you are doing in Toastmasters. Is it a speech? Is it taking up a role? Is it just simply coming to the meeting and watching others speak? Because we are in different phases of our lives. You can have suffered loss and you're not in the mood to come back to Toastmasters, and you just want to take some time off and just be coming for meetings. It's fine, but don't stay in that phase for too long, because in Toastmasters is where we come and challenge ourselves to be better. So ask yourself the question, how am I better? And how is Toastmasters helping me to become better? Back to you, Kenneth.
Thank you so much, Derek. I can see Teresa's hand. Teresa?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Derek. That was very helpful. Thank you. I have a question. Is there some kind of self-assessment or process that one goes through? Or do we all, especially for newcomers, do you all just start at the same level and keep building up? Over.
All right, just before you go, Teresa, is this in reference to selecting a path, or could you expound on that bit a bit?
I became a member this week, so I will be selecting a path, but even prior to that, is there some kind of self-assessment or like something that tells me already upfront where I can start building on my abilities.
Okay, fantastic. I'll answer your question in two phases. Now, when you join, your club is required to give you a mentor. A mentor will serve as a guide. And I think that is to answer a bit of your question, will serve as a guide and tell you what you need to do in Toastmasters in the next month. A mentor should actually be doing what Kenneth is doing. Help you log into pathways, show you how to upload your project, how to access materials so that you can download them for future use. So for Teresa, I'd challenge you to go back to your club, get a mentor, and as Kenneth has aptly put it, if your club is slow to giving you a mentor, there's so many people on this call. Send me a chat, send Kenneth a chat and ask them a question. I need mentorship for one project. And the aspect of mentorship I want to demystify this evening, depending on where you're joining us, is someone can be your mentor for just even a single project. Let's say I mentor Kenneth for an icebreaker speech and Sharon joins our club. I'll challenge Kenneth to mentor Sharon only on that icebreaker project. And then Sharon can go on and mentor Teresa only for that project. Teresa can mentor Evans. So it's cyclical. And because in Toastmasters, there's a shortage of mentors across the board, that's how I like to approach it in terms of mentoring in a face-to-face approach. DM someone on this call, ask them you need help on that. So the first aspect is a club is supposed to give you a mentor. On the second aspect of your question is on selecting pathways. Yes, you are guided and there's an assessment. If you don't know, because we have 6 different pathways, if you don't know the correct one that you feel you are ready to do, you take an assessment and then that will guide you to the path that is best suitable based on the answers that you'll give during the assessment. So in summary, get a mentor, ask your club president to assign you a mentor as a new member. You joined only 1 week and thank you for joining. Also, it shows that you already have the impetus to keep going in Toastmasters. And once you get a mentor, please log on to Toastmasters and see and select a path. As I mentioned, the first path is free. You'll not be charged. But once you complete the path and go through another path, by the time you're completing, I'm sure it will have jumped to $35. You can actually purchase a path now before today's the deadline, so that once it rolls over, it is you already have the path selected. But that's not. But besides my point, I hope I answered your question, Teresa.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Back to you, Kenneth.
Thank you, Derek, and thank you, Teresa, for the question. I loved the statement which you said, Derek, about downloading the resources. Yes, downloading is important. It is indeed important. There are instances when you do not have internet. There are instances when the system, the Toastmasters system, is either people, either there are many who are using it, or it is either with overloaded or with their reshuffling. So you cannot give excuse and say, I cannot access my platform. So it is important to download your resources prior and have them archived so that it is easier for you to prepare in advance. That was good point, David. Thank you so much. The other one that I also love is about understanding the roadmap, taking it down that, okay, what do I want to achieve in this year or in this Toastmasters year? It could be a year, it could be in 2 years. What is your main goal? What is your main goal? And this is what we have been talking about from the beginning. What is your main goal? My main goal could be connecting with members in Toastmasters. And that has been my journey all along, ever since I joined Toastmasters. I meet this person and I connect with this person. Or maybe this person could be helpful in the career life. So it depends on your goal. What is that goal that you want to achieve? Our Ed Rose told us that he wants to achieve the DTM, and that is her main goal. That is strategic and looking up to. True. So this takes us to something that I wanted to share to show you. So this was about, are you able to see that? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, we can see your
I
screen.
wanted to share something. Yes, we had looked at the different level in each path. We had said that each path has 5 levels, and there are projects that you are supposed to prepare and deliver in your club or any club, whichever. But then there are those enhancements, which are the meeting roles, that at each level you are supposed to participate in. So at level 1, we see the table topics, speaker, there's the evaluator, the timer, or the app counter. Remember when we looked at level 1, they said any new member, before you think of delivering your icebreaker, please take up an opportunity to deliver a table topic. Could be either physical or online. You can even say that today I'm going to deliver it physically. Then the next time I need to challenge myself delivering the table topic while online. And then they'll find someone to give you feedback. Some clubs do not give feedback in table topics, while others share feedback. But then in each club, we are encouraged to share feedback, whether it is TMOD, whether it is the general evaluator. Members are supposed to give feedback. How have they fared in that role? The level 2 also has the projects, the meeting roles that are supposed to be participated. Then level 3, amidst the electives that we saw, there are also the meeting roles, and inclusive to be able to participate as an introductory mentor. You can be an introductory mentor in your club, whereby you are able to handle new members and mentor them. Just like Derek told us, that you can be able to mentor someone how to draft an icebreaker, how to prepare an icebreaker, and so forth. And then at that level 3, you are challenged to have one of the following, either of creating the best club climate. You facilitate. Here you are supposed to facilitate 10 to 15 minutes in any club. As how can a club have a best climate? About meeting roles and responsibility, commitment within the club, going beyond the club, you facilitate something along that way. And remember, each role that you take, there are competences that you gain. Level 4, there are those ones, and you can see that now they have expanded their meeting roles, their club series that you're supposed to achieve, and then there are those series of making you to be a better speaker. The other one, you're supporting the club to be successful. Then there's that one for you to be able to become a better speaker by facilitating, just like what I'm doing. Then at level 5 is where you are able to challenge yourself as a leader by either serving or being a coach, leading. So you lead, you become a leader, and then you are evaluated and assessed in that angle. That is something that I wanted to share. If there's a question or any addition, the floor is open. If there's anybody who would want to add on that or ask a question, please, the floor is open. Any question, any addition? Yes, Collins?
Thanks, Toastmaster Kenneth. One of the items that DTM Derek had mentioned was about the journey to distinguished Toastmasters, and he gave a good summary, but I missed it. I had an internet hitch. Maybe just go ask him to take a minute to just recap it again. Thank you.
The journey to becoming a DTM. Derek?
All right. Collins, you can hear me? Allow me to take that on.
Yes, I can hear
I am
you.
back. I've posted a video on chat. You can also watch the video, but I'll try and summarize because of time. One is you need to complete 2 learning pathways. You need to complete 2 learning pathways. That will be an average of 40 speeches that you have to deliver in Toastmasters. So that's the first thing. And remember, the reason why I was telling you about the cost of the pathway is because now for the second path, you'll have to pay for the second path. Because the first path is free, remember, but the second path or any other additional path, like currently I'm doing my 3rd path in Toastmasters, I pay for any additional path. And we used to pay $20. It has now gone up to 30. It will go up to $35 from tomorrow. So that's the first requirement. Now, the second requirement is you need to serve as a club officer for 12 months. Remember, I mentioned about having a roadmap. So instead of sitting in a club for 1 year and doing nothing, be the club secretary. That will help you earn your DTM award. So let that 1 year not go to waste. Do something about it. If you feel it's a slow, sorry. If you feel it's a slow year, do something that can help you. The third thing is you need to serve as a district officer. Now, let me clarify what is a district officer. A district officer is any of the trio. Now, for the new members, the trio are the 3 topmost highest officers we have in Toastmasters. That's the district director, the program quality director, or the club growth director. So if you're not either of those, someone else that is termed as a district officer is a division director or an area director. So it's either the PQD, the 3 trio, or a division director or an area director. Fourthly, you need to serve as a club mentor or a club coach. A club mentor is one who takes a struggling clubs and brings it up. Then a club coach is one who takes a club that is yet to charter and charters the same. Fifth, you need to serve as a club sponsor. Find a club, bring it to life. That is a club sponsor. Or if not a club sponsor, you do something called a speechcraft or a youth leadership program. For the sake of time, let me not go into detail about what is a speechcraft, what is a youth leadership program, but I can expound more later. And sixth, you need to complete what is called the DTM project. Now, the DTM project is assessing the skills that you have learned in Toastmasters, and you need to undertake a project for a minimum of 6 months outside Toastmasters, and that project must help the community at large. So you have to practice the leadership skills you learned in Toastmasters, and this project is very serious. You have to have a committee of members that will be guiding you and that will be directing you in this project, and you report to them, and then you do the speeches and all that after that. So that, in short, is the pathway to becoming a distinguished Toastmaster. So it cannot take less than 3 years, ideally, but depends. Some people do it fast, but again, remember, Toastmaster is a self-paced program. Do it at your own pace. Aim for quality rather than quantity instead of just rushing through completing the pathway. Because remember also, when you become a distinguished Toastmaster, there's the added pressure that comes with the title, because you really have to show us how your distinction was achieved. Yeah. Are you a well-spoken leader? It has to be seen. So take your time as you go through the programs, the projects. Remember, they will count to your skill set assessment at a future date. I hope I answered your question in Collins, and I've also posted a video that you can watch, and I can share resources on chat later also.
Thank you. You have.
There's something that you have talked about, Derek, and it normally happens in most clubs. Members rush to complete a level, or maybe the VP is tasking them, I need to achieve DCP goals. I need to achieve this. Yeah, can you please tick that project? So that's pressure. But it's not about rushing to complete. It's not about achieving the DCP goals. Kindly enlighten that it is, even when you feel that the project that you have shared or a speech that you have presented wasn't that to meet the qualities that either the evaluator or the Toastmasters requirement needed, you can check yourself as an individual and tell that, you know what, I need to repeat this project somewhere, either in another club, to get the feedback. Even when they have shared the feedback by your evaluator, it means that you can go and apply the feedback that they have given you next time, maybe in another meeting or in a plan. Please, you can expound a bit, Derek, and then we can hear from Sharon
I
and then
wanted you
Teresa.
Thank you. And just on that bit, Toastmasters, it's paramount that you remember that you're learning a skill. This is a skill. It's not about completing pathways. I began by saying that once you have your roadmap, all these distinguished Toastmasters finishing levels are byproducts of your journey. Remember, byproducts. And Kenneth, actually, you gave a very...
You are muted.
Okay, someone muted me. Okay, it's fine. You gave an example that resonated with me on checking yourself, because nowadays, to get more members not to fall out of Toastmasters, we tend to give what older Toastmasters would call soft evaluations. So we don't recommend telling people to repeat their speech. But Kenneth, you can tell if you do not deliver a good speech. Previously, there's a speech I did, I felt I didn't do that well, although the evaluator did not tell me to repeat. And because I like attending physical meetings than online meetings, I figured because I'd already delivered it at a physical meeting, let me look for an online meeting and deliver the speech again. Not to finish the pathway because I'd already checked it as done, but to serve a purpose of improving my skill as an individual. And I redid the speech. So Toastmasters, you need to check yourself. Don't rush. Have these things come off as a byproduct of your journey in Toastmasters instead of having a to-do list. It's a skill, and if you don't practice it well, you can finish and still not be a master of that skill. And remember that there's a quote by, I think it's Bruce Lee or Jet Li, when he says, you can practice one kick 10,000 times, and someone else can practice 10,000 kicks one time, but it's that one person who focuses on that single kick that actually learns that skill set and becomes a master at it. We want to be master communicators, so let's practice kicking, and kicking not literally, but our skill is speaking. So how good are you at speaking or throwing that kick, if I use the same phrase? Back to you, Kenneth.
Let's hear from Sharon and then Teresa.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to say that I really, really appreciate this session, and I request the organizers to organize more, because like when I joined Toastmasters, I could speak, yeah, but sometimes inside me, I would be imploding whilst I'm speaking. But after just a few months, I feel more confident, like I can talk to anyone, or I can get something to say at any point whenever I'm asked. but I still feel that I've had to learn kind of the difficult way just to dare and really kind of swallow a pin and just telling myself, coaching myself that I really, really have to. So I feel like this session is like a mentorship session, if you allow me to call it that. Anyways, that's how I view it, because I feel like I'm getting a lot from it, and I look so forward to becoming a DTM, although I didn't know really how to get there. So I appreciate all the tips that are given, and definitely I will apply some, but I would love to see more of such meetings. And who knows, maybe in the future I can participate in a better way. But for now, I would love to hear more from such sessions. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you so much. Then I'm here from Teresa.
Thank you, Kenneth. Mine is a request for clarification on the pathways. Is my understanding correct that you can pay now for a pathway, for your second pathway before the price goes up? And the other question is, the prices are quoted in dollars, but my payments have been in Kenya shillings through M-Pesa. So will it be the same mode of payment? Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kenneth, maybe I can help with that.
Please go ahead.
Yes. So Teresa, your first question is correct. If you pay your pathways now before the increase, it will be there for you to access. And actually, it's a trick, but it's not a trick. But let me tell you, you can actually do two paths at the same time. You can buy the path and do level 1 here, do level 1 there, like that, like that. It's not encouraged. You're encouraged to finish one path. But however, once you purchase the path, you can access both paths at the same time. So your first question, yes, you can purchase it now. But the next question on payment is, yes, depending on the card you're using, really. If you have a dollar account, you can pay directly in dollar. If you have a Kenya shilling account, your bank will translate the equivalent of the exchange rate, because different banks have different exchange rates, but it will not be too significant that it will cost you a lot of money. The path goes for $20 currently. So you can pay from whichever bank you have. If you have a dollar account, I encourage you to transact in dollars so that you don't lose any foreign exchange losses, because our values, whether in the Ugandan shilling, Kenya shilling, Tanzanian or Rwandese franc, are less stronger than the dollar. Back to you, and I hope I answered Teresa. And anyone else who has a question before I leave, and allow me to make these remarks, Kenneth, really, for stepping in. Thank you so much. You are so good at this. I enjoyed it even myself, and I learned some few things from you. And thank you to all of us who attended. Sharon, to answer your question on more pathways, Area Director Rose, we are trying to do this thing monthly. So you can even just be coming in for more inspiration. And Teresa, I'm sure you've learned a lot, seeing your experience, people speak about Toastmasters. That's the shortcut to Toastmasters, really. It's not about going to a club and just being a member. You have to visit other clubs, attend sessions like this. Kenneth is joining us from Uganda. I'm in Nairobi. Someone else is joining us from the US, and grow your path. This is a shortcut to Toastmasters Pathways. Allow me to end it there. I have to leave, but please, I'm available on call, on WhatsApp. Reach out. I like helping people in Toastmasters. Thank you. Back to you, Kenneth.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Derek. As we get to wind up our session, one thing that we need to remember is the structure. The structure that we have talked about, that Derek has talked about. What is your main goal? Do not wait for the VPE to be on your door all the time. Teresa, next week, are you able to give a speech? And then you say, oh, no, I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready. I'm busy. I have an interview. Oh, I'm doing exams. I've lost somebody. When my mentor told me that avoid excuses. Avoid excuses. Take it on. Grab the opportunity. Grab it is a moment for you to challenge yourself and grow. Grab the opportunity and it will take you to places. And with this, it will pay you in a currency that you will not understand. And from that, I've always learned to challenge myself in whatever opportunity that comes along my way. The other one, hook yourself on a mentor. Identify a mentor that you feel that you would love to match with or grow with or learn from him or her, and then this Toastmaster's journey. Do not stick yourself on one person. Don't stick on one mentor. You can go beyond. You can go to different clubs or different countries and find yourself a mentor. And that way, you will not remain the same. You will see yourself on another level.
Thank you very much, Kenneth. Has he frozen or is it me who is off? Can anybody
Lost
hear
him.
me?
Seems like you
Okay.
lost him.
And I think he
Kenneth
was
is
just
frozen.
yes, he was just getting to the end of it. Can we give him a great round of applause? That was awesome. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you, Kenneth, and thank you, Derek. I was going to ask Evans, would you be in a position to answer a question or was it answered? Somebody has asked, so do I pay the 20 US dollars to the account in my TMC? Do I pay it in my Toastmasters club?
It depends. Every club, I think, has their own policy. The clubs that have their consolidated account. I think for Zumaridi Club, we have activated self-pay. So for self-pay, just go put your Visa card details on the checkout once you've selected the pathway or whichever other pathway, or if it's renewal of membership, then you check out and it will automatically deduct from your card. There are also clubs where you send to the treasurer, because on top of the membership fee, there are clubs that have their own club fee that is added on top of the membership fee. So you can't pay directly to Toastmasters International. You have to go through the treasurer.
Okay, thank you very much, Evans, for that. I hope you were answered. I just have to go back to remember who had asked that question. That was Naomi. I hope you have been answered. Thank you all so much for being with us. We had said we'd end at 8:30. Indeed, as DTM Derek said, we plan to have more of these sessions, and we really, really would encourage that you all join in. Bring visitors, bring people to enjoy what you're enjoying in Toastmasters, and together, indeed, let us grow. This is a wonderful platform even for networking. For those in Nairobi, just to mention, tomorrow we have one club called Runda Elite that will be having an open house at Elysian Resort in Runda. Elysian Resort in Runda, tomorrow from 11 to 2:30 p.m. If you're able to join them, there'll be a whole group of really, really good speakers there. There is a poster. There is a charge of 500 to cover the hall and the snacks. But if you can kindly just show up there, you'll really enjoy the fun of being in Toastmasters for those who are new. Thank you so much, Evans, for coordinating this. I believe he has put a link, and we were requesting that everybody fills the link, whether you're in a Toastmasters club or not. It would be great to know who's been here, to totally appreciate each and every one of you. And for visitors, with the detail you'll give, you will get a response. Thank you, and let me hand this meeting back to Evans. Thank you all very, very much for coming. I'm your Area Director 1, Rose Odundo. Thank you, and back to you, Evans.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Damedi. So, as I've been told, there's open house Ronda Toastmasters at Elysian Resort. Please, if you're able to, make your way there. I think tomorrow is a holiday in Kenya, that is. So for those who have the chance, please do make it there. The lineup has some amazing seasoned Toastmasters. You cannot afford to miss it. I hope you've all enjoyed tonight's training, as I've done, sorry. I haven't had a bit of water, sorry for that. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. I've learned a lot. Toastmaster, every day is always an opportunity to learn. So we've come to the end of the training. I don't know if anybody has something to say just before we close. Teresa, any parting words that you have for us this evening?
Maybe just correct, the 2:30 is PM.
Oh,
Thank you.
So Evans, thank you very much. I really appreciated this session. I've learned a lot, and I'm happy that I decided to become a Toastmaster. Thank you.
anybody else? Deborah, maybe that's.
Hello. It's been a good session for me. I've learned a lot, and I look forward to joining Toastmasters as I look forward to growing my leadership and communication skills. Yes, thank you so much for planning this. It was amazing. Thank you.
I hope you fill the form that we've shared in the chats. For the guests that have joined us this evening, kindly fill the form. Would like to walk the journey of Toastmasters with you, even as we assist you to join a club that aligns with your objectives. Thank you very much. Sharon, a few parting words.
Keep it up, keep it up. This was good. Thank you for putting it together and have a great time. See you very soon.
Any other training, any other area that would like us to organize a training on in the future?
For now, I just want to continue floating like where I am because I'm on level 1 and I just not just approximately a month I delivered my maiden speech. So I delivered my icebreaker. So I'm developing this Saturday. I'll be delivering my speech with the intention, or how is it called? The second one. So I'm loving it, and the rest will come into place.
And the second one should be speech
This
with
Saturday.
purpose. With
Oh,
purpose.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So
That's
I
amazing.
connected with some group that is open on Saturday, and I'll be delivering that.
That is wonderful.
Yes. It's online. You're welcome to attend. I'll be happy to receive feedback from anyone who can.
You have my contacts. Kindly share the link so that I attend.
Sure. Sure.
To your support. That's so
Wonderful. Yes. Thank you.
Emmanuel Mwebe, are you with us?
Yes, I am with you. Let me turn on my camera.
Which club are you joining us from, and what have you learned this evening?
Thank you very much. Me mostly, what I've learned, first of all, and why I actually joined this session. I'm a new member and with the Leroy Toastmasters. I was intrigued by the session because of the pathways. I wanted to know about how to choose a particular pathway. And this session has really been really great. Thank you very much for organizing it. Really appreciate.
I'm glad to have had you joined us this evening. Thank you all. You can unmute, network, share a few words before you leave.